You're going to need a blender for this. If you have a KitchenAid with a bread hook, you can use that, or a food processor with a dough blade, you could use that, or you can just do the mixing part by hand. But you will need a blender for the liquid part. I put together all of my liquid ingredients already, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what some of them look like for people who aren't familiar what vital wheat gluten looks like, or nutritional yeast. And I want to remind you, nutritional yeast is different from regular yeast like you use for baking bread. It's totally different, and if you try to use the other kind, it will definitely not come out. You can find this online, or you can also check any of your health food stores, or any of your grocery stores that have a bulk section may carry the nutritional yeast. Vital wheat gluten sometimes can be harder to find, but sometimes in your specialty flour sections of your regular grocery store, you can buy it, or definitely you can get it online. Okay, over here you'll see some of the ingredients: minced garlic and onion, chickpeas, salt, pepper, water, fennel seeds, coriander, paprika, cumin, olive oil, soy sauce, sugar. Then you get to the nutritional yeast, and nutritional yeast looks like this. It's like a flake, and it has a definite smell. You'll always know it once you've smelled it once. Some people like to sprinkle this in lieu of Parmesan cheese on things. And this is what vital wheat gluten looks like. It just looks like a fine flour. It's hard to believe, but all of this is going to turn into looking definitely like some kind of a meat. So we'll start by mixing up our liquid. I'm going to put my onions and my garlic in that. Okay, besides the soy sauce and the water, I have in here all of my dried spices as well. The only things I have not mixed in are the chickpeas and the vital wheat gluten and the nutritional yeast. Okay, I'm going to add my can of chickpeas. Well, it's a half can. I'm doubling this recipe in case you're wondering why I have so much in my blender, because these freeze really well. You want to make sure you rinse your chickpeas before you use them. Okay, it's liquefied so that it's all a smooth consistency, and I'm going to pour it in with my vital wheat gluten. And then I'm going to add in my nutritional yeast. And here's where, if you were going to do it by hand, you would just start mixing, but I'm going to go ahead and use my bread. Start it off slow. Okay, the dough is done now for the hot dogs, and I patted it into a circle like this, and then cut it into 8 pieces, and that'll make it a lot easier for you to divide it up equally. You're just going to take them, roll them out into a hot dog shape, and then wrap them. A little bit about what these look like. Now you can make these even skinnier if you want and longer. It's all in how you like the wiener, but mine cook up just fine being this chubby. If you want to have ones that look really nice when they come out, you could roll them in a piece of parchment first and then roll them in the foil, but I don't like to be that wasteful, and I'm cheap. So this is how I do it. I put it in the middle of a piece of foil. I have all my foil cut before I start. Then I just pull the 2 ends up and kind of get it nice and tight around it, because that's what's going to help make the shape. But you don't want it to burst when it's steaming. So then I fold it and fold it again and kind of seal it off. And then I just fold the ends in. And that's it. And this is what they look like. Then you're going to steam these. So you can use a regular, a pot with a steamer basket in it, or if you have a bamboo steamer, that's fine. And you want to lay these all around it, seam side down, like that, and then put your cover on, and then they're going to steam for about 45 minutes. And after that, you can eat them, you can chill them and eat them later, you could freeze them, but I would I would unwrap the wieners, and maybe then you want to put the parchment around them, or freeze them out on a cookie sheet and then put them in a bag all together. And you can defrost them then by just putting them into some boiling water for like a minute or 2. They're great that way. They're really nice pan fried, but you can eat them like this. And I've never tried them on a grill, but I don't see why they wouldn't work. One little tip, like I said, I'm doubling this recipe, so this pot would not be large enough to put 16 wieners in. So I use my canning basket, and then I just flip my canning pot, and I flip the canning basket upside down, and that way I'm able to put my wieners in that way. You can even put if you have a round cookie cooling wire rack, you can stick that over there too to help with that. And then that holds all 16 of them. Okay, I put my cookie cooling rack, my round one, on top of there, and there they are, all in their glory. That's a double batch, so a single batch will make you 8. And we cover it and let her go for 45 minutes. Okay, they're all done, and this is how they come out. And
recording the end of what video?
Ah, there they are. A nice little hot dog. What do you think? Do you like them? Yeah, do you give them 1 thumb up or 2 thumbs up? 2 thumbs up. You got it from a little punk right there.